anyone know that we have to keep this seat in Democratic hands? We need 25 seats in this country to take back the House, and we have to do our part to send our Democrat to Congress. I have known Marty for a very long time, since before he became an outstanding lawyer and an advocate and a can-do, effective mayor. I knew his parents, his mother, a dedicated teacher and educator who, after she retired, substitute taught into her 80s. She taught Marty the value of education. His father, Lorenzo, an accomplished trial lawyer in this state who helped many Hispanics go to law school in Washington. He was an accomplished trial lawyer who stood up for the downtrodden and protected civil rights. Like his parents, Marty is a principled, ethical person with the leadership skills to get things done in our gridlocked Congress. Marty knows the importance and how to fight for what's right. And he has a record. He's not just making promises, he has a record of getting results. Marty started with Cesar Chavez fighting for working families, and as mayor, he led the way for Albuquerque. He helped create thousands of jobs in this city. He helped lower the crime rate in this city, and he passed one of the strongest green building codes in the country. Yay! Marty has the best environmental record in this race. Yay! I watched as he negotiated the Chama diversion to ensure that Albuquerque had water for generations to come. And under his leadership, Albuquerque was named the greenest city in the country. I am confident that when we send Marty to Congress, he will fight for working families for New Mexico. I am confident that he will take on the Wall Street gamblers who ruined our economy. And I am confident that he will still stand strong against those who want to destroy Medicare and Social Security. I now give you Marty Chavez.
Round of applause for Patricia McGregor, one of the great attorney generals in the history of the state of New Mexico. You know, John Kennedy said things don't just happen, people make them happen, and he was correct. And so another round of applause for all the folks who worked hard to make this event happen today. And a round of applause for all the candidates. You know, sometimes you're not a candidate, you're watching, and it kind of looks kind of easy. It's hard. And anybody that's willing to have the courage to run for office deserves our respect. I started my activism with Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta in California on the picket lines when they were trying to bring dignity to farmers. But most of you know me working side by side as the mayor of this great city of Albuquerque as we transform. And every step along the way, I've had your back. Like when we learned that the aquifer that we thought was unlimited was about to run dry. I took the challenge. I demonstrated the leadership and the action to make sure that this city had water for generations and generations to come. That project, and not everybody running for this seat supported that project, was the single largest public works project in the history of the state of New Mexico, and fellow Democrats built 99.9% by labor. Yay! And so, I do want to say a word, I just can't resist it, about all the bottled water. Hey, guess what? It comes from the tap. It's the least recycled plastic in our stream of commerce. And so let's just say no to the bottled water, carbon footprint in it. Go out there and get some great Albuquerque tap water. I understand our local economy. I'm the only candidate who can legitimately claim to have actually created jobs in this area. During my tenure, we added more than 50,000 jobs. Sandia Science and Technology Park, Albuquerque Film Studio, Shot Solar, Albuquerque Institute of Math and Science at the University of New Mexico. With an eye toward securing New Mexico's future, I made a proposal to create clean energy jobs right here in New Mexico that protect our environment and natural resources while putting New Mexicans back to work. And fellow Democrats, that's the single most important issue in America and in this district today. My comprehensive understanding of what moves the levers of our economy will be vital as we take on the Wall Street gamblers who destroyed our economy and make sure that what they did never happens again. I want to be very clear on this, because as we're solving the current financial mess, it's really important to understand how we got here. George Bush gave tax cuts to the wealthiest of the wealthiest Americans. He then sent the sons and daughters of working families to fight 2 wars and didn't pay for it. And then when Congress called off the regulators, Wall Street went wild, looting our economy, running off with every last dime they could shove in their pockets. I refuse to fix our deficit on the backs of the middle class. It will not be done with Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. It will be done on the backs of the 1% who started this mess in the first place. The right wing has it all wrong in supporting the mega corporations who pay no taxes, exploit loopholes, ship jobs overseas. Just last week convening a panel of all men to talk about birth control. We can't afford another 2-year John Boehner, Paul Ryan, and their Tea Party cohorts. Our core values are under attack from right-wing extremists. We need tough leaders who can stand strong against them, and that's my record. Make no mistake about it. They want to destroy, dismantle Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and you need a leader that has a record of accomplishment to make sure that doesn't.
Yay!
Now, over the next few months, you're going to hear a lot about the candidates on TV and direct mail. I want to say this afternoon or morning, whatever time it may be. I'm going to take responsibility for every dime spent in my campaign and on my behalf. And I think every Democrat should do the same. New Mexicans have a right to have candidates speak to them directly, run on their records, and not negative attacks from third parties. That's why I offered a challenge along the lines of what the next U.S. Senator from Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren, agreed to with the Republican vote. To say no third-party expenditures. That's the kind of Citizens United allowed. Can we, as Democrats in this primary, at least agree? No third-party expenditures. We are Democrats. I'm proud to have been endorsed by environmental activist Robert Redford, Dolores Huerta, Lily Ledbetter, who fought so hard for women's rights and equal pay. And I'm really proud to have been endorsed last week by, I think, one of the great presidents in the history of this country, President Bill Clinton. We're going to hear a lot about the different candidates and the choices that we have. I want to tell you today, in times like this, it really does make a difference.
Yes.
We can't afford candidates who back away from the tough decisions and who talk. As Democrats, we are done talking. It's time for action. It's time to raise our voice and say enough is enough, which is what Anna is saying right here. It's time for tough leaders who know how to get things done and deliver the results we need. I'm running for Congress to represent you, hard-working, grassroots Democrats, New Mexicans. When I get back to Washington, you'll never have to wonder who has your back. I've always had your back. I will always have your back. Thank you so much. God bless New Mexico.